Alright, no intro this time, just gonna get started right away on Big Daddy from Cool Mini or Not's Kick-Ass. Feeling a little bit under the weather, so I didn't want to really be on camera, but this video has been recorded for a while, so I need to get it out to you. We're starting with Scarlet Red. This is gonna be a really simple model. Well, very simple paint job, I should say. We only have a couple colors. He's very, very easy. He's very blocky and has some great areas to highlight. Basically cover his entire jumpsuit, including his gloves, his face mask, and his like center torso piece, all in that Scarlet Red. And then using Royal Purple, we're going to take care of his entire trench coat. And those are the two base colors. We have this really dark purple. We have a really dark red, and some of the parts are going to be brighter purple, and some of the parts are going to be brighter red. That's about it. Everything else is really simple on him. So we have some Umbral Umber for his hair. He has dark brown hair. We're going to lighten it up, of course, but right now is a good time to go over that Umbral Umber. Next we have Druchii Violet, and with Druchii Violet we are taking care of the entire trench coat. So you want to be very careful where the trench coat meets like the gloves and the jumpsuit, because you're going to be washing with both colors and you don't want it to run. It's okay if it's not lined perfectly, because when you come back to paint you can clean up the line. But what you don't want it to do is run and streak and get, you know, like a purple tone in the reds or a red tone in your purple. I don't know why I'm holding the model so high up that it's off camera, but sorry. Alright, now Carroburg Crimson is the red wash. And you're going to wash the entire jumpsuit as well. Everything that you painted red, you're now going to wash with Carroburg Crimson. So that includes the face and the gloves and the shoes and the jumpsuit. Like I said, it's a very simple model. You only have two basic areas that you're working on with three little accessories. The accessories being the hair, the gun, and the skin. So speaking of the skin, now that we've got the darkest colors done, we're going to just hit some natural flesh. And I'm not even going to highlight this at all. I just use the natural flesh and leave it because it's such a small area that I really didn't want to spend any extra time on it because it didn't add anything. So I'm using flat red, and this is where you're going to start to diverge. So the flat red is going to be for the legs, the gloves, and the face mask. The legs, the glove, and the face mask are going to be a like vibrant rich red. The jumpsuit is actually going to be a pinkish color. So I added some ivory into the flat red and started highlighting with that. Now it does take a couple of layers. You're not going to be done with the first layer. Red does not cover anything well, even red. But what you want to make sure you're doing is hitting all of the areas where light would hit. So I'm keeping it nice and thin, and my first layer is really covers everything. And then I come back and I start picking out areas again and again and again, so that you can see in this next shot here, we have some really vibrant pinks. And I've done the same thing with the flat red, where the flat red is really the brightest it gets. It's just that it's like a full red. Now we're using purple here to do the exact same thing on the coat, except for we're not having two different shades of purple. You're just going to lighten the purple with some ivory over time and pick out all of those highlights. It's a little hard to highlight under the coat to like know what it should be, but remember that he is a cartoon, so it's all about making him pop and be vibrant and flashy. It's not really about making him realistic. So as I said, I added Ivory and I started to, all the things that are very bright, I lined them. But then the very top things, I actually kind of colored them in with this ivory purple mixture. So a very light purple. I mean, you really can't go wrong on him. He's very simple. I'm using some flat brown to pick out the front of his hair. You could go a little farther with this. You could highlight it some more, but again, I think that his suit is the main focal point on this model. So the hair is just an accessory. Just make sure it looks clean and good. Now the last thing we're going to hit is the gun. I'm starting with a flat black. I still haven't 100% figured out how to do guns well. But I'm learning. So what I did was a flat black and painted the entire gun in that. Then I came back and hit a dry brush in Mechanicus standard gray, basically turning the whole thing gray with some black lowlights. And now I debated on what color I should highlight with, if I should highlight with like a silver or steel, or white, or what should I do. I ended up with wolf gray, so that's usually how I do rocks, but I think that it actually turned out to look like a gun, so I don't think it was a bad idea to do that. So with that, the model's done. I mean, this model maybe took me 30 minutes altogether. It was a very simple model that turned out, I think, really good, and by far my best kick-ass model. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what model you would like to see painted next. And of course, I'll see you all next time.
New outro, I know. If you want to watch more in this series, click right here. If you would like to watch another video in a completely different series, click right here. And if you'd like an easy way to subscribe, other than clicking down below, even though it's right there and it says subscribe, you can click on this little picture right here. That also works.